Hi, and welcome to Tranquility Fountain Farm. I'm Rose, and we are a farm in the Mediterranean and foothills of the Pyrenees in France. We make lots of herbal remedies and herbal teas, and we also sell uh, lots of herbal medicinal seeds and roots so you can grow your own medicinal garden at home. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a beautiful plant, which is also a medicinal plant, which is the somniferum, which is the poppy. So, there's a few things that are pretty important to know about the poppy. You can sow it outside, which is best, really. It's pretty good at taking care of itself. So if you have a field or a place you want to do it, then you can either sow them in autumn, which is when they would naturally sort of self-seed anyway, so it's still uh, reasonably warm and they get to grow to a decent size with quite sort of big leaves, like a plant this big with leaves that are about this big coming off it. And the root would be about this big. So it'll be able to survive winter and the freeze, which is, it doesn't happen often in the Mediterranean because it's native to the Mediterranean area, but it can happen. So, like I said, if you sow it in autumn, it's fine. It'll survive. It'll lose its leaves, and the leaves will come back the next spring. Sowing in spring, again, you have to wait until the freeze finishes, because the young roots, when they're teeny tiny, cannot survive a freeze. There you go. So, if you're gonna sow them indoors, another very important thing to know is that they do not transplant at all well. I have a trick for this, which I will show you. But you can't like put them in a little pot, transplant them, and put them somewhere else. They're probably not gonna. They don't like it. They're very fussy about that. So what you can do is what I do. I'll sow them in autumn outside, and I'll sow them in spring after the freeze outside. I've got a few fields for them, and I also will sow them beforehand in these wonderful things. I'm not publicizing, so I'm not going to show you the name of the brand, but these wonderful things. These are little like Jiffy bags, I think they're called, and they're really thin and dry when they arrive, and then when you put them in water, a little bit of water, this is what they look like. I like to use these food containers as little, what do you call them, greenhouses for seeds. So they blow up to a really decent size. In fact, this is probably going to blow up even more. I did this about 5 minutes ago. So the good thing about this is that you don't really have to transplant them. You just pop the whole thing in. You're not moving the plant out of like a pot, disturbing its roots. You make a hole, you pop it in, and you can weed around it. So it's a good way of little baby plants getting a good leap of life. And also it's like coconut husks, so they can really like set their roots in there. So there you go. So if you want to sow them indoors before your last freeze, let's say in February, like now, then you can use these to sow them. Otherwise, sow them in the pot where they're going to grow, which means you need a pretty big pot. You can sow quite a few seeds in there, but then you're going to have to, select the plants you want to grow there, because they do get quite big, and their roots get quite like tubular roots, big fat carrot roots. So they're going to need a lot of space to go down. Another important thing is seeds. They need to be sown on top of the ground. They don't want to be like put underneath in the soil, because they can rot and they can just disappear pretty easily. And oddly enough, for seeds that are sown on the surface of the soil, they need darkness to germinate. So what you can do is put cardboard or newspaper on top so that the seeds are in darkness, and when you see that they've germinated, take it off, and because they're ready for light. I know, right? Also 20 degrees. And in American, I think I have this written in my notes somewhere, 68 Fahrenheit. They will germinate within like 10 days, 2 weeks. But if they're having problems, then make sure that they're in darkness. Without the darkness, they will not germinate. And yeah, that's pretty much it for sowing seeds, sowing poppy seeds. Those sort of 3 things are very important. So let's go through that again. They like to be sown on the surface, but in darkness. They need to be 20 degrees or 68 Fahrenheit, and they must not be transplanted. And if you do, use little jiffy bags like I showed you. There you go. Now, if you have any questions, let me know. Here's my little poppy seed container. Now, that's one of them. Some of these will be sown in here, hardly at all, because you can imagine there's tens of thousands in here. And this is what I'm going to be sowing in the field. I'm going to be taking my time. In about 2 weeks, I'll be sowing my whole field in the back there. But for now, I'm just going to do my little jiffy bags, and that way I've got a couple of nice plants ready to go that I'll plant in my beds. So, because I love poppies, they are so beautiful. They are beautiful pink, beautiful flowers. The leaves are gorgeous, like big fat crowns that come out of the earth. And in autumn, when there's just the pods are so beautiful. They're elegant. They come up with long sticks, and the pods are just beautiful, noble looking things which bob about in the wind. So not only is it beautiful, but it is also medicinal. And if you have any questions, please let me know. We sell poppy seeds and many other medicinal seeds on our website, and our website is tranquilityfountainfarm.com. And I think there's like tranquility-fountain-farm.com. There you go. So there you are. If you like, subscribe if you want. Take care from Sebazan in the Mediterranean, in the foothills of the Pyrenees, France. Bye.